Hi, I'm Gina Jordan, and I'm here with the cast of LUV from Guildhall. And coming up on this very special episode of In the Mix,
we're gonna dig for some behind-the-scenes action with the Guildhall rendition of the Broadway show LUV, plus an in-studio live performance from singer-songwriter John Black, and Event of the Week with an exclusive interview with Today's Show anchor Matt Lauer. Here we go. You are in the moment. You are in the mix. In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee. And I'm Hoda. And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome to this special episode of In the Mix on VVH TV at East Hamptons Studio. I'm Gina Jordan, sitting here with the all-star cast of LUV from Guildhall. I've got Robert Stanton, Jennifer Regan, and Kahan James. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing today, Gina?
I'm excellent, thank you. In the Mix, as you guys may know, it started on the red carpet, and now we have this amazing opportunity to be at East Hamptons Studio. What do you guys think of the set?
I think it's really, really cool.
I love it. This is gorgeous, and the space is gigantic.
It is. We don't even use all the space. I mean, we're only using literally like 100 square feet.
You could be playing arena football in the space that I'm looking at right now. And what's amazing is not only does the set match your dress, it also matches my son.
We planned this. We planned to match. By the way, great socks.
I know, right?
You guys look amazing.
He's got a sock collection.
Guildhall must.
They provide all of our socks, actually.
Wow, that's fantastic. Was that in the contract?
It was part of the deal. Yeah.
Do you guys recognize anybody on the red carpet over there?
I've worked with one of them, actually, and that's Chris Rock.
It's unbelievable.
See, look at that. They talk to us. There's also, do you guys know who Kelly Ripa is over there?
Yeah, totally.
What's his sister got to do around here?
Wow.
That was good,
She's
right?
taller.
Hey, keep it down. This is us.
Than she is in real life.
Yeah.
They're all. We actually sized them out. Those are from a fantastic guy, this artist by the name of Claudio. He actually made all those and donated them to the show.
How sweet is that?
And he sized them exactly how all of those actors are sized.
That's amazing.
Can they be on the cover of our album?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna afterwards. We're gonna ask you guys to stand in the middle of them and just take a photo. And
I want to know who on your crew takes them home and just like,
right?
I'm not alone.
Seriously.
It's a pleasure to be here with all of them.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
It's a pleasure to have you. It's an honor to have the cast of LUV, right, guys? So, did you know that you all have something in common other than being actors? Do you know what that is?
We're in East Hampton.
Ready for this? You've all appeared on Law and Order.
Oh,
yes,
that's
that's
true.
a
Totally.
Do we have a research team or what?
Absolutely.
Are we good?
That's awesome. No,
We're so good. I mean, we're so good that I'm going to introduce you to the entire staff because in the mix, nobody gets left out of being on camera. We make fun of everybody here. Okay?
Fantastic.
So first of all, Bryn holding a sandwich right now. It looks like a great sandwich. You guys aren't allowed to have any.
Are those equity sandwiches? Because they probably wouldn't be able to.
Exactly. If you're union, you can't eat the sandwich.
That's
right?
what I thought. That's
yes,
why.
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. Beto right here is our token Mexican.
Cool.
Excellent.
Not only does he operate the camera,
He's like,
but
yes.
he makes homemade margaritas. No joke. Like,
I
this is not
saw
a joke.
that, and I was
Homemade
wondering if
margaritas. So Beto, may we? And when I clap, they bring them over. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's like the clapper, and we get
I'm
margaritas.
liking this show more and more.
See?
This is
know.
great.
We really try to liquor you guys up, so just to make
So
the
we
time
say something
fly.
really dumb.
Exactly. So as we're waiting, and I know you guys have a heart out because you're actually performing tonight.
We are.
The original production of LUV,
Yes.
1964. Who has the history of?
Mike Nichols directed it.
That's right.
Starring Eli Wallach, his wife Ann Jackson, and made a star out of Alan Arkin. So.
Okay, Eli Wallach and his wife
Ann Jackson.
Ann Jackson are the most amazing couple. They've been married for
Ever.
over 50 years.
Yeah.
Because they did a production of a show, and I can't remember the name of the show, but they always act locally quite often.
And I actually met them at Bay Street on an opening night, and they were delightful.
They
live in
delightful.
the neighborhood. I live in the Upper West Side too, and they're I see them about. It's very
I
exciting.
love that. It is exciting. And Eli Wallach he's a fantastic actor, but point being that they consider themselves soulmates. They actually talk about
How
it.
lovely is that?
No, it is. It's nice.
That's the way it should be.
And they're in Hollywood. It is the way it should be.
Yeah.
Our director's very good friends with them, and well, he directed Eli in a production, gosh, I think about 20 years ago, of Visiting Mr. Green by my friend Shelter Island's Jeff Barron, and says they're also great parents.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good to know. Well, they should write a book. Okay, he's shaking the glasses. So, Beto, margaritas.
Stop.
Ready.
I'm cool,
right.
actually. I'm working tonight.
Thank
so
you.
I'm driving on the way home, so I'm going to be
That's
yours.
lovely
Thank
of
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
All right.
I need more, obviously, because I'm just. All right,
I'm
guys.
not driving anywhere.
So, cheers. Cheers to you.
Yes.
Cheers.
Chin, chin.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. All right.
Thank
So
you.
you'll have to tell us what you think of
Bartender.
these margaritas.
Oh, very good.
What do you guys think?
Good.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Tasty.
Somebody was telling the background history of the original Love production. So how did it end up on the John Drew Theater stage?
Lonnie Price has felt for many years that this was a neglected gem.
He's the director of our show.
Our director, and I think he's correct. When I first read the play, I was like, oh, God, I don't know about this one. And working on it, I think it's as well built and as streamlined as a Boeing 707. And he landed it with such skill. Maurice Chisgall, the author, this play saved him from obscurity and made him a big star in the Broadway scene. He lives out here in East Hampton. And I think it's very interesting. I think it was sort of like where the Boulevard met the avant-garde. He was writing in response to a lot of writers like Beckett and Albee, and he created this absurdist gem that is a delight to play every night.
Do you guys think it's a delight?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You're like, absolutely. Get me out of
That's
here.
great.
How would you describe, a brief synopsis of Love?
Oh.
Two old college friends meet on a bridge. One of them's about to throw himself off. The other one is in a dilemma. He's there to murder his wife so that he can marry the woman he actually loves. And he decides that the way to save my friend's life is to teach him that love is the key to true happiness, and therefore possibly palm his wife off on his friend so he doesn't have to kill her. He can have the woman he actually loves. Complications ensue. I would say that's it in a nutshell.
pretty good.
That was
Rob,
excellent.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Robert, your role is?
Milt Manville. I'm an extremely acquisitive huckster, and very, very much interested in what is material, very much interested in making money. And my love is constantly misplaced. And I think that one could safely say he is like any 4-year-old, a character who lacks a moral center and is willing to do anything to get his way. He's a true, if not a psychopath, a malignant narcissist.
Interesting.
And I think therefore ripe for comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with how you are in real life, of course.
Actually, absolutely nothing to do with how I am in real life.
You hope.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, your role?
I'm Ellen.
Okay.
I am basically passed back and forth like an old sack between the two men in the show, as women often are. And yeah, and basically we all are kind of kids in the show, and the set is kind of like a playground. You know, we've got a giant sandbox, and you know, we throw things at each other, and we swing on things, and I get to end up with both of them. Yes.
Passed back and forth like an
Pass
old
and
sack.
forth, Indeed.
A love triangle. And
Exactly.
so, Kahan, your role?
I play Harry Berlin. At the top of the play, he has reached a point in his life where he has basically decided there's nothing worth living for. He's sort of searched the ends of the earth looking for it. But the one thing he has not ever had is love. Milt comes along, this old college buddy, saves him from killing himself, and gets him to believe in the idea that love could save him. And then there's a lot of experiments going on. I mean, we're sort of an experiment on Milt's part to see if he can get out of his marriage and set two people up. And then we sort of experiment as we think that we're falling in love on what the nature of love is and how to quantify love. How much do you love me? That kind of thing. And Harry sort of is like the pinball getting batted around in the center by all the flippers, I think, back and forth. So.
What has been the reaction of the audiences that have come through and experienced the show live?
I really like them. What's been really interesting, because the play's 50 years old, is and you get a cross section of people coming. You get an older audience and you get a younger audience, and the show has there are maybe 2 jokes in the play. It's all rhythm and character driven and behavioral, based in behavior, and there's also a certain Your Show of Shows broadness about it. that they really appreciate and enjoy. And I feel like when you have I think that theater is a great way to build community, and when you have a broad spectrum of ages, what's been interesting is I feel like the older audience members teach the younger audience members what language we're speaking and what language the play is speaking, and they kind of bring them along. So that's been really gratifying to share with the audience out here in East Hampton, which is so sophisticated.
And it's goofy funny. I mean, there are spit takes where, you know, we kiss everybody. There's a lot of kissing in the show. It's fun.
Okay, and it's live. All right, so what has been the craziest story so far that you guys know something went awry, but the audience maybe doesn't know, and you just go with it?
Well, there was one day there's a lot of combat in the show. Our fight combat call is about half an hour before the show for the sake of safety. But one night, I happened to collide. My head collided at great speed and with great force with the park bench that's on the set. And I was wearing a hat, and I'm talking to Kahan, and I feel very calm, but I realized I hit it kind of hard, and I thought, gee, I wonder if I'm bleeding. And I kept acting, you know, I have to give her a makeover on stage, and I changed her makeup and adjusted her slip and, you know, exited, and I said to the stage manager, did you see that happen? I was, it was why, I think I'm fine. And I took my hat off, and blood started streaming down my face. So we sort of improvised a dressing, and I wear a variety of hats in the show. Decided to keep going, went to the hospital, got 5 staples. You could touch them, but I just had them removed. The doctor
you missed out.
I don't want to touch your head.
The doctor at Southampton Hospital, I have to say, is a great licensed physician, but not a licensed barber. So I have to comb my hair in rather a special way to preserve that.
It went from love to Fight Club, basically?
Basically.
And on that same night, the air conditioning was also out in the theater, so it was an extremely hot show already, so we were all a bit delirious.
Did you get paid extra that night? I'm just wondering.
I don't think we did.
It's part of the job. You know, you take your life in your hands every time you go on that stage.
I'm very impressed. Thank you for sharing that story. That was good. Did you really go? I'm more. How was Southampton Hospital?
It's really nice.
It was
nice? And I was like in and out in a second. It was fantastic.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I wasn't there on a Saturday night.
Hear, I love Southampton Hospital. Don't get me wrong, but everybody always makes comments that they're afraid to go to the local hospitals here.
Why? Really?
Yeah, but that's good that you said the emergency room was. What was it like?
It was
like out of a movie. Diane Keaton was there.
No. It was. I think it was me and there. No, there was one family there, and they were. I was in and out within 40 minutes.
Okay.
And I thought the staff was professional and personable, and
had a staple gun.
And they took very, very good care of me.
So you had a facelift simultaneously as the whole thing was
I just taped it back a little bit.
Guys, this obviously isn't going to be the last project that you all do. So, what do you each have up and coming? Shall we start with you after this Guildhall production?
Nothing. Nothing at all. No, I also do a lot in music, so most of my projects after this are music-oriented.
Oh, great. What instruments? You play an instrument?
Yeah, I play a lot of instruments. I produce indie records, and I have a project that's got a record coming out right now.
Fantastic.
And so I'll be spending this summer kind of focusing on those things, and then see what comes up in the fall. It's kind of how it goes, really. It's like vine to vine, project to project, never really know what's coming up.
So you're rock star by night and actor by day?
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Or an actor by night.
Yeah, or an actor by night and rock star by day. That happens to be like
it happens that way?
Day shows, parks. But also, as far as future projects are concerned, they come up so quickly. I mean, 2 days before I was on the bus coming out to do this, I'd never even heard of the play.
You mean there's not a helicopter that takes you here?
I didn't want to say that because it would look extravagant, but I was actually on a helicopter.
You got a helicopter?
Yeah.
I thought it was Favored Nations.
It is. Never mind. I was on the bus.
And Jennifer, what about you?
I'm going on vacation.
Well,
there you go. California.
We're going to follow you with cameras, but
Sweet.
It's going to be a reality
Coming
show.
Out to Santa Cruz. We'll surf.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. You surf?
Ish.
Ish.
I know how to fall off a board really well.
Yeah, but just even the fact that, do you wear like the whole wetsuit and the whole thing?
On the Pacific, you need to at certain times of year, but
have you surfed here in the Hamptons?
Not at all. I don't I don't have a board. I don't own one, but it's like I see them and I'm like, where are your waves? What? They're tiny. Sorry. But they are.
You have tiny waves.
They are. Well, every time I've been to the beach, they've been very gentle.
No, they are. They're definitely different than being out west, of course.
Yeah.
And Robert.
I just want to say Jen's a natural athlete, so I have a feeling that she's being very modest, and I have a feeling she's really got on a board. Well, I'm doing a workshop. A friend of mine whenever he goes to see Chekhov, he thinks, why are they all wearing long dresses and and drinking tea out of samovars when I identify with all those people. So we're gonna go to New Jersey and do a workshop, and it's gonna be Chekhov with box wine and, you know, Chebutikhin watching the History Channel and Anfisa on the back deck smoking cigarettes, and it's gonna be the people he knows, and you know.
Are you guys gonna be sad to part ways? Have you become a family?
I love these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Pretty unique. For me, it's been a pretty unique and special experience. I've learned a lot from these guys, and I've bonded to them. I like them very, very much.
Indeed.
Love. There's lots of love.
There is
There
lots
is
of
actually lots of
love.
love.
Did you all make out at once at any point? No?
We don't really have a three-way. I don't
Okay.
think
No.
All right.
We get close
We can
on the
still go
bench.
and see.
Close.
We
We get
can-
close
gets a
on
little.
the bench. Yeah.
That's actually true. I hand you a banana.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making out with her, so yeah, it's
Stuff
close.
happens.
And what'd you think of the Hamptons, by the way, working in the Hamptons?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
okay. I mean, if it were prettier out here, it would be nice if there was something to look at.
It's not really picturesque at all. Yeah.
No.
It's
I went by
smells
Grey
so
Gardens
beautiful.
today. It was
No, you know, I
gorgeous.
come to the Hamptons and I think, why did my people move to Texas? Why weren't they buying prime waterfront real estate on Long Island? I don't get it. You know, I drive by the Maidstone Club and I could say, that could be mine. But
And
it
should
isn't.
be yours.
1975, you could have got oceanfront for $30,000.
What? In 75 still?
Can you imagine what it was like in the 1900s or 1800s even?
There was a little teepee here. There was a teepee right here.
I
They
just
had a
read
little
some.
reenactment thing going on.
Bill Bradley bought and Sally Quinn bought Grey Gardens for $220,000.
Really?
I don't
But
know
the
what they had to put
renovations
into
on
it.
that house
yeah,
must
yeah,
have been
yeah.
$4 million.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, there was like, you know.
Yeah, and that was 1980.
How much do you love Grey Gardens, though? Like the whole
I was just
concept
there.
of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were
Although
talking
I
about it
did
this
see they
morning.
were renting it for 2 weeks last summer. You could rent it.
For how much?
$135,000
For
2 weeks.
$135,000 to rent the
Grey
actual
Gardens.
Grey Gardens home
For
two
2
weeks.
weeks.
Wow.
That was
Only
last
in
year.
the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Oh, so it must have went up because the economy is a
Exactly.
little better. So now it could be like $250,000 for 2 weeks.
Good Lord.
What do you think people would do? I mean, it's just you have to
Take
be
all the furniture home. You could buy it all.
for $250,000. Seriously.
But I
do
love the
you guys
Hamptons.
commute back and forth?
They have us up at a very nice house near the theater, and we
Yeah.
drive back and forth, and it's totally beautiful.
Yeah.
And it smells so good out here. I just picked up some friends who came out from the city today at the train, and I was on the way driving me out to the beach, and I just rolled all the windows down because they were commenting on how pretty it was. And I said, smell it. And fortunately, I was in a neighborhood I'd never
Smell
been in
the
before,
Hamptons.
and this sweet,
Smell it.
succulent smell
Smell the
of delicious
money.
flora came flowing into the windows.
You
It's
can smell the
amazing.
money if you just really. Especially when you're on the bus, you can smell it.
But that smells dirty.
It depends how you make the money.
That's right.
You guys are making it in a very clean fashion and helping the community. So guys, give them a round. Thank you. Now, if you're actually watching, don't go anywhere because we have an exclusive interview with Matt Lauer. But first, there's going to be a live performance on this show with singer-songwriter from New York, John Black. So that's what's coming up. So don't move.
Live musical events, Broadway flying high in the Hamptons. Hollywood's go-to space out east, home to VVH TV and quality award-winning programming. East Hampton Studio.
2012, here we go. Bam!
From a private, intimate wedding celebration to a Hollywood movie set, East Hampton Studio is the ultimate raw space that can transform your event into reality.
35,000 square feet, 46-foot ceiling. High quality system out here, which is concert quality, theatrical lighting capabilities, the beautiful LED screen that you see in the background.
For your next event, think out of the box. If you can dream it, East Hampton Studio can create it. In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee. And I'm Hoda. And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to In the Mix. I'm Gina Jordan. We have a very special treat for you. Performing his song, The Wedding Gift Live. Put your hands together for New York City singer-songwriter John Black.
So you bought yourself a bride with your money and your time, those two letters that they put after your name. And you found yourself a man with a 17-year plan and a nice big home to live in too. Well, good for you, right? Yeah, good for you. And now you'll latch onto his name, change your religion, play the game, and you'll fake all of his interest too. But as the years they will go by, all your energy will die, 'cause you never truly focused on you. Well, I already know what I am. Oh, I got no illusions, no delusions, no grandmaster plan. What I do know about myself thus far is that these 6 strings on this guitar have given me more joy in my pathetic life than you ever will. Than you ever will. So you bought yourself a bride with the same brown beady eyes, and you think she really gives a damn about you. But all these plans that you have made, this parent-funded masquerade, and a thing to shake his attitude. Well, I already know what I am. I got no illusions, no delusions, no grandmaster plan. What I do know about myself thus far is that these 6 strings on this guitar have given me more joy in my pathetic life than you ever will. Than you ever will. Well, I don't wanna be angry no more. No, I don't wanna keep fighting this imaginary war. I don't wanna hate you no more. No, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't. Well, I already know what I am. Well, I got no illusions, no delusions, no grandmaster plan. What I do know about myself thus far is that these 6 strings on this guitar have given me more joy in my pathetic life. Oh, have given me more joy in my pathetic life. Well, I've given me more joy in my pathetic life than you ever will.
Okay, so The Wedding Gift, that was a beautiful song.
Thank you very much.
What was the origin? What was the inspiration?
Well, I feel like every songwriter kind of has that stereotypical she done me wrong kind of bit that they have. So that was actually written about an ex of mine who left me for somebody with more money than I had. So
she's a bitch anyway. Money hungry. Look where he's at now. Oh, I can't even say look where you are now because I'm with you. We're here at In the Mix right now. What do you think of the set, actually?
I love it so far. I've had a great time. Yeah.
And you were really cool because you've been eating the clam man sandwiches. You've been hanging out on set. It's kind of fun here, right?
Yeah, been having a great time today.
So this song that you were performing, The Wedding Gift, how long ago did this transpire in your life, this experience?
This I wrote actually 2 months ago. The actual event happened about 2 years ago.
Okay, good. So you're over it.
Oh, yeah.
You're over her. On to something new?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you take life experiences and put them into your lyrics?
I won't write unless I have something. So.
Cool. Wow. So now we know, now all of your fans know that your lyrics are directly related to you.
Yeah, pretty much, in some way, shape, or form.
Do your friends like say, hey, don't write about that?
Well, there's been a few times where, I'll take something, I don't necessarily write about bad things that happen all the time, sometimes there will be amazing, nights that we have out or something like that I'll throw into a song. Off of our debut album, we have a song called Shots in the Dark, which was about probably the greatest New Year's Eve I've ever had in my entire life, and I have personal references to all of my friends in there, that sort of thing, so they'll have a little smile whenever that's played.
I like that. So, Makeshift Lullaby. This was a band that you've been performing with for how many years?
We were together for about 3 years.
Okay.
And just recently we kind of decided to stop performing together. So rather than just stop doing it all together, I decided I'd continue to march along and kind of do something solo. So that's sort of what I'm doing now.
So you were performing with Makeshift Lullaby. Now you've decided to go solo. Yet your album, your debut album with Makeshift Lullaby is on iTunes. So Shadows is on iTunes with Makeshift Lullaby.
That's correct.
But you're going solo. So this is your solo career starting here on In the Mix?
Pretty much, yeah.
You're debuting your solo career on In the Mix. Inspirations to you as artists, who are some big inspirations?
If I were to name one performer that in all of my years has stuck with me throughout. Just everything I can always throw in my CD player or my iPod. It's probably Freddie Mercury.
Wow. When it comes to being in New York City, where do you like to perform? Because do you perform a lot in the New York City area?
Pretty frequently, yeah. I've been doing more solo shows lately as opposed to the full band stuff. For a long time, my favorite place to perform was a place called Angels and Kings. That was downtown on 11th Street, and that was actually, I think, owned by Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy, if I recall correctly.
What's up and coming for you in terms of performing solo? Are you only planning in New York City, or do you have some other outside New York City?
Right now, I'm taking a break from the live show circuit to write and record some new material. We're going to be working on an album probably this summer into this winter, that sort of thing. So for now, I'm not really sure. We don't have anything planned on the horizon, but maybe down the line.
Still ahead, In the Mix goes one-on-one with NBC's Today Show anchor, Matt Lauer. In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee. And I'm Hoda. And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to In the Mix. I am sitting here with New York City singer-songwriter John Black. Do you know who Matt Lauer is?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, NBC Today Show host?
Yes.
Do you watch the show
morning.
before you go to your job?
Every morning, yes.
Okay, well, we have a one-on-one exclusive interview. So will you watch this with me?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Matt Lauer, one-on-one, check it out.
Hey, I'm Gina Jordan, and you are In the Mix.
How was the shoot? Was it fun?
It was a breeze, actually. It's weird to even look back and see that.
Matt Lauer is a member of our community here in the Hamptons.
Matt Lauer is just such a terrific guy and so good at what he does. I have so much respect for him.
He is the smartest and the best at what he does.
It's no surprise Hamptons Magazine cover star and NBC Today Show anchor Matt Lauer is at the top of his game.
Part of the job I love is knowing that we'll have a chance to interview somebody at the heart of the story.
Lauer admits being at the top of his game means extreme pressure to deliver.
The booking part of big stories is a hard thing, there's no question. The hard thing is getting that person to sit down. Half the time they're a little bit leery of television and journalists to begin with, and then there's massive competition. So, you know, you're constantly looking. It doesn't matter who you interviewed yesterday, you're constantly looking for the next interview, and that can be rather difficult.
Could you be referring to the Lohan story?
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
When Matt isn't working, you may find him with his kids on the side of the road cleaning up other people's garbage.
I've noticed over the last several years living here, and now that I'm a resident of the Hamptons, and I notice this in other places too, by the way, it's not just out here, that it's, we don't take care of places that we say we love, and, we call it paradise and then we trash it. And it's starting to really depress me, and my kids notice it, which is really upsetting because they'll drive down the street and they'll say, Papa, look at it, it's awful, look, it's disgusting, why do people do that? So I just hope people look to the left and right a little bit as they drive around.
When it comes to his work routine, Matt admits he's a creature of habit.
I'm a little bit OCD, I'm a little bit superstitious, and that combination is weird. So I go and I have my cup of tea first thing in the morning, and I walk back to my dressing room the same way, and I walk in the studio. There are 3 ways to get to the studio. I go the same way every morning. I've got one set of eyeglasses I use for certain days of the week, and another set for other days. I'm crazy. I'm really nuts about these things. I don't know why I do it, but I think it's working, and why would I upset the apple cart?
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of In the Mix. A very special thanks to East Hampton Studio, WVVH-TV, Ocean Productions, and the Clam Man for those amazing sandwiches, right, guys? What do we think? Beto for the margaritas, GoPro, South Shore Signs and Graphics, and a very special thanks to our guest today, the entire all-star cast of Love. Log on to guildhall.org to find out all the upcoming events. And a very special thanks to singer-songwriter John Black. Log on to makeshiftlullaby.com to check out his music. We look forward to seeing you next time.
In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee. And I'm Hoda. And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Catering provided by the Clam Man, Seafood Market Caterer in Southampton.
In the mix.